What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Now, anybody following the channel would already know that there's a massive clash in the Premier League and there's a massive clash in La Liga, and Serie A was never gonna be left out. So for this video we will be covering the Serie A clash taking place on the 3rd of December at the Estadio Diego Armando Maradona in Naples between Napoli and Inter. Now, the last time these two sides met was on the 21st of May last season. Napoli had already wrapped up the Scudetto title at that point, and Inter were fighting for a Champions League spot. And that just proved that in the first half things were very tight between the two, because eventually, only in the 67th minute, Napoli opened the scoring courtesy of Anguissa. The ball is played through to him in the box, and he does this tricky, delicate little spin thing, and the ball is still airborne, and he just rockets it into the back of the net. Inter thought maybe they managed to salvage the game, when in the 82nd minute Romelu Lukaku managed to poke the ball past the keeper, following some pretty decent wing play on the left. But Inter's hopes of picking up any points in this fixture were dashed in the 85th minute when captain Di Lorenzo blasted the ball from the edge of the box into the top corner. It is a gorgeous goal full of power and accuracy. Di Lorenzo is not really known for his finishing. He doesn't really get enough credit for these things, but it was a fantastic goal, and who better than the captain to get it? And finally, Napoli put the game to bed when, in the 4th minute of injury time, Gaetano found their third. Napoli attacked on the counter, and it's actually pretty sad for the Inter defense because they were kind of toyed with by the Napoli offense. And Gaetano was just able to put the ball past the keeper with a fair bit of ease. And that's how the match ended. 3-1 to Napoli on the day. Inter coming out as losers, but still managing to salvage a top 4 spot, qualifying for the Champions League this season, and actually still winning the Coppa Italia and making it to the Champions League final last season. So it wasn't a complete write-off for fans of the Nerazzurri. We start off our team analysis with Napoli. The last 5 matches have ended in 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses for the team from Naples. Their last match being a 4-2 loss against Real Madrid. Now, this was a fixture they were already struggling with in the past, and I don't think anybody expected them to really get a result, but Napoli really did fight hard for this one, and they can genuinely feel like they should have gotten a bit more. But players who I think we can highlight for the next fixture, being this one against Inter, obviously Victor Osimhen, 6 goals, 1 assist. Osimhen came on in the second half against Real Madrid. Maybe there was a bit too much pressure placed on him, but Osimhen has struggled with form quite a bit this season. He has yet to reach the heights that he needs to reach in order for Napoli to just make their mark on Europe and to retain the Scudetto title. And this is a big match. This is probably the perfect match for him to find his form and to win back the hearts of the Napoli faithful. Next up, I want to talk Lobotka. Now, Inter are right now the deadliest team in the Scudetto race, and Lobotka's role will be to solidify that midfield. Just keep all of the creativity from Inter, just keep them quiet, keep them, restrained, I would say. He's got an assist, so that means, he can actually find decent passes going forward. But I think Lobotka is mostly known for his stamina. That's probably why Napoli fans have decided to affectionately nickname him Robotka. And next up, I want to talk Politano. Now, Politano so far for me has been the most impactful player for Napoli. 6 goals and 3 assists. People often overlook Politano. I mean, there's other players who are often grabbing headlines. We're thinking Osimhen, probably Kvaratskhelia, Simeone as well, but Politano is really just so good out wide. He's able to create opportunities, he's able to put opportunities away. Napoli like to play a counter-attacking style, and that really just fits in with Politano's style of play as well. So I think he's going to be very crucial for them in this match, in how he is able to probably take advantage of a bit of gaps at the back of Inter's wings. Next up, we move on to the away side, FC Internazionale, aka Inter Milan. The last 5 matches for Inter have been 3 wins and 2 draws. That means they have not tasted defeat yet. Their last match being a very exciting 3-3 draw at Benfica in the Champions League midweek. Obviously, the man who is getting all the headlines for Inter this season is Lautaro Martinez with 15 goals and 1 assist. Again, I would just like to emphasize the fact that last season, Martinez played more of a supporting striker role to Lukaku, whereas this season he seems to be the out-and-out number 9 at the San Siro for the Nerazzurri. He's getting the goals, but he's also such a deadly player when it comes to playing passes, creating attacking moves for the team. Inter can play both possession and counter-attack, and I think Lautaro as well can play both of these roles and both of these styles of play. Next up, I want to talk Henrik Mkhitaryan. 2 goals and 3 assists for him. Mkhitaryan is often as well overlooked in this Inter midfield that boasts the likes of guys like Barella. And, you know, I just think that creatively, Mkhitaryan gives a lot to this team. He can just sit in that number 10 role, dictate play from there, just behind the strikers, create great moves going forward. And I think if they don't watch him, he is very well capable of taking these long shots and finding the back of the net as well. And finally, I want to talk Federico Di Marco, 2 goals and 4 assists for him. Di Marco is the kind of player who, he plays as a wing-back for Inter, but he's the kind of player who likes to sneak in behind the defense when Inter are just enjoying these attacking moves. And again, he's the kind of player who can do it both in terms of counter-attack, because he just gives them so much width out wide, but he can also do it in terms of possession because his accuracy for his crosses and his passes is also very high. So I expect Di Marco to actually either get an assist or a goal in this one. Okay, on to the S3M2 Verdict. Now, head to head, it is 1 win for Napoli, 2 draws between the 2 sides, and 2 wins for FC Inter. Now, interestingly, when we look at this record, the home side usually wins or manages to get a draw, so there's definitely an advantage for whoever the home side is. However, the San Siro clashes have ended in wins for Inter, while the clashes at the Diego Maradona Stadium have mostly ended in draws for Napoli, with that 3-1 victory being finally the occasion where they were able to pick up all 3 points. Inter are on a fantastic run of form right now. Napoli wavering a little. I think another thing we gotta look at here is the fact that Inter have been so good going forward, and that is why if we look at the Serie A table right now, Inter are leading the way at the summit of the table with 32 points. Napoli are 4th with 24 points. There is 8 points between the 2 sides. Now, I think if Napoli are able to win this one, they do leapfrog whoever it is who's in 3rd. But if Inter lose this one, it opens the door for Juventus to now jump to the top of the log. Napoli, I don't think will be losing this one. Honestly, I really don't see that happening following that loss against Real Madrid, despite the fact that that match was played in Spain. I don't see Napoli losing back-to-back matches. I just don't. I do think this one ends in a draw though. I think what will happen is Inter will do what Inter do best, which is get those goals. But I think somewhere along the line they will get caught on the counter, and that is when Napoli will be able to snatch something away. I do think this is a draw with goals, so I'm gonna go with a 1-1 here. I think for Inter, obviously for them to win this match will just be so positive for them going forward. But Napoli also have an upcoming clash against, I think it's against Juventus next week. And that should be taking place on Friday next week. So Napoli, you know, it's difficult for them. I mean, playing the team that's first this week and then playing the team that's currently second next week. This is a big week for them. They need to get points to hold on to that Scudetto title. and also to assure themselves of a place in the Champions League for next season. But I do think that a draw is the most likely outcome here. I think the two sides are just going to cancel each other out. Both are going to be very good offensively, but I do think one of them is going to make a mistake that costs them all 3 points on the night. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.